Back for a fresh new season, doing the same old things. Planting trees and being a complete degenerate. Starting off a contract with Canfor just about a couple weeks into the planting season, the crew had its first taste of what would be a year abundant of heli shows. It's a new and thrilling experience for new planters. However, the ones that have been planting for years tend to dislike it, which is completely valid. Heli days are usually slow and low production days because of staging, which takes up a bit of time in the morning.
There, double it, because it'll still blow away. 250 pounds, if you put 200 pounds worth of stuff and you jump on it to push it closed, it will break this basket off the side of the helicopter. This basket is $25,000. So, and yeah. So we're gonna look after that.
Do you put on the headset?
Yeah, you can if you want. I like to hear what they're saying. I don't talk, I just like to hear.
Last year, I didn't struggle so much with production. I was capable of pounding. What set me back most days was my tree quality. Gotta admit, I had shit trees, which led to a lot of days replanting. This year, I wanted to prove to myself that besides having a high production, I can also equate quality with it, which personally I thought was my biggest improvement this year. For our next contract, my crew was sent to help another camp falling behind production due to most of their land still being frozen. Besides all the bushwhacking and heavy vegetation, the contract specs were pretty lax and straightforward. Though the land was tough, the tree percentage was fair, and there was definitely a lot of money to be made with extra effort put in. What keeps me coming back every year isn't even the money. I think it's great that I can monetize my physical efforts. I have possibly one of the worst diets and sleep schedule out there in the off season. If I'm traveling, I'm usually drinking heavy. Or if I'm in the city, I have a high tendency of being a couch potato. The long, unforgiving days of planting helps me shed those pounds and helps me regulate my sleep. And with our job done here, the crew was blessed to have a couple of days off in which we used to do some wild camping before reuniting with our own camp.
Don't leave me behind here. I've just arrived. I've been waiting for someone to take me away, far away.
I'll take my time, dear, just to keep you around here. Know what they say, you can't keep the clouds away, away, far away.
This next contract took a little bit of adjusting. Contract specs required planting the trees facing northeast, shaded by an obstacle so wildlife won't step on it or eat it. And most importantly, to shelter it from Chinook winds.
That'll give you southwest, and then you gotta hide it on the opposite side. It's a little tricky at first, but you do get used to it.
So, what are Chinook winds? The term Chinook originates and is named after the Chinookan peoples, a group of Native American tribes who lived at the mouth of Columbia River in the Pacific Northwest. Chinook winds, also called snow eaters, are warm, dry winds that descend down the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains. Essentially, what happens is, in the winter, when these winds occur, temperatures can rise up to 20 degrees Celsius within hours, melting the snow. Hence, it's called the snow eater. And how does it affect the trees being planted? Chinook winds are known for powerful gusts that can exceed 100 kilometers per hour. These powerful gusts can cause uprooting. Sudden increase in temperature can fool dormant plants and trees into thinking that spring has arrived, prematurely breaking dormancy cycle. And with the ground still frozen, it prevents the roots from absorbing and replenishing lost moisture, causing dehydration, leading to permanent damage or even death for the trees. That is the reason why we have to shelter them from these winds, to give them a higher chance of survival. Coming back halfway into the season, after a 3-week break from planting, I was able to reflect and set higher goals for myself. Your body won't go where your mind won't. This part of the season, I was mentally dialed in, my body in full planting mode. 3 years deep, and the experience is setting in. Liberated from self doubt, I was no longer fighting my demons. I was dancing in the flames with them.
I'm building my way to the top. You get in my way, you know that I'ma renovate. You know I'm about to lock it. All my monsters they was looking for just like the lockness. They think they gon' knock me off, so they better stop it. They can never reach me where I'm at. I'm in a rocket carpet. In other words, you can't touch me. It's like I got the ball and it's rubber. And you won't see me when I'm coming through. You can't stop me, I'm running through. I'm untouchable. Yeah, I'm untouchable. Yeah, I'm untouchable. Yeah, I'm untouchable. Yeah,
Mark's camp was a big heli party. They had two choppers parked in camp because pretty much majority of their contract were heli blocks, which apparently they've been doing so for about a month. Camp felt like a military base. By 6:30 a.m., choppers are already up in the air, flying crews out of camp straight to their blocks. Our crew's job for the most part was to close some of the land they have in the area that were accessible by the trucks. And occasionally, we were flown in to help close some of their heli blocks. The checkers and the foresters were really chill and seemed to be content with our quality. Crew production was consistent throughout our time here. Even our rookies were putting up impressive numbers. So, I guess we did alright.
I need some B-rolls, bro.
With another side quest completed, the crew had to make its way back to reunite with Seb's camp for one last time. Blessed are people who plant trees knowing that they shall never sit in the shade of their foliage, wishfully thinking to myself that these seedlings will bloom a forest one day. But sadly, one can only hope. Day after day, and weeks after weeks that didn't seem to end, monotonously going through the same motions over and over again. The end was near but felt distant. Fatigue has long settled in, and we're now in the point of the season where everyone just wanted to get the fuck out of here. Day in, day out. Rain or shine. It didn't matter. The objective was the same. The only way out was to put the trees in. Now was not the time to complain. No matter how exhausted you were, you just had to tell yourself, just one more tree, and another, maybe another bag up. You had to convince yourself that you're one badass motherfucking planter. It's okay to fall. After you taste what it's like to lose, you understand the value and importance of being the best at what you undertake. Get your ass up and keep pounding, bruh.
Plant those fucking trees, bro.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Got
What's like
good
a
sleep,
good
got
sleep?
good weather, got good vibes.
What a fucking taters on the menu today.
Double pizza.
I think I'm gonna cry. That's how we do it.
I come from SoCal, British Columbia. I'm 19. I'm here for the huzz. But
Next clip, next clip.
As possible, as good as possible, no repo happening. Hype!
Oh yeah, baby. Cheers.
Good morning, I can't think of a quota today. That's great. That feels